What's up, you guys? Welcome back. We are going to try this out. If it doesn't work, it's not getting posted, and I'm going to be really shitty. Today, we are reacting to my mom being on I Survived. First of all, Jamila didn't know this. I'm to the side, by the way. I'm over here. So, like, if y'all catch me looking over here, it's because I'm over there. Jamila didn't know that, and I don't know how she didn't know. She knows the situation, but she doesn't know that she was on I Survived. So, it was funny to tell her this morning that I was doing this video. I made sure that my mom did not mind me doing this video. My mom she's just really good with, like, dealing with trauma. Well, maybe she's not, but she's good at talking about it. So, she was on I Survived. It was back in when? It was January 30th of 2011, so I was in high school. This situation is just so crazy because it's been a part of my whole life because this happened before I was even born. Surprisingly, this happened on New Year's Eve of 1984, so my sister was born. It's just nuts. I don't know. It's so crazy to even believe that this happened before, so this was just a part of my whole life. It wasn't something that traumatically happened to me, or I wasn't a part of this at all, obviously. It was in 84 and I was born in 96, so yeah. But this is season 6, episode 8, if anybody wants to check it out. I found the episode on YouTube, and if it, like, this is my first time doing it, so if it cuts in and out, I'm sorry. I found it on YouTube. Well, I actually didn't find it. I was on an Instagram live one day, and this girl commented and said she's seen my mom on I Survived, and was just being very sweet about the whole situation. I told her to send me the link, so she sent me the link, and I was like, I'm about to react to this because I've never seen it, mind you. When she went to go film this, the only thing I really remember is her telling me that she had to go film this. I know that was in high school, but I was a very high kid in high school. Well, not my freshman year. I don't know. I just don't really remember much. I just remember her telling me that she did this, and then for years and years and years, she gave me the CD, and I have yet to watch it, but I'm going to watch it today to debunk some stuff. No, I'm just playing. I know that she probably most likely told the truth when this happened, so yeah. I've heard this story before, but I just wanted to react to it. I don't know. It was so long ago when this happened. All right, so I'm going to have my beautiful little head in the corner there, and we're going to get started. So I just want to make sure it's all good before I actually start, so we zoomed in a little bit. I did see like a couple seconds, I ain't gonna lie, because I had to figure out all the timestamps. So I did see a couple seconds of little parts because this is 3 other people, but we only will be watching my mom and showing my mom. So when she's up, I'll be going to the next section. All right, let's get started. If there's an echo, I'm sorry, but I tried to connect some headphones because I didn't want to wear my big ass gaming headphones, and I tried to connect some other headphones, but they weren't working. So if it is a little echoey, I'm sorry, but it is on YouTube, and I'll link it down below if you want to watch it yourself. The full thing if you'd like. Debbie lives with her boyfriend Bill and their 2 girls. Y'all, I got some tea on Bill, but I ain't gonna spill nothing, okay? I'm not gonna spill shit. Just know that he is psychotic to this day. Let me not say that. He has family that I know. Well, he is fucking psychotic. He used to, yeah, tea. I got tea, okay? I met this man when I was like older. I probably met him when I was younger, but I did end up meeting him from time to time. I could not call, if I seen him today, I couldn't tell you it was him. But Bill was her former boyfriend that treated her like absolute shit. And my mom has been through so many shitty relationships, even with my father. Like, I can't give my father credit just because he's my father. Like, she's been through so many shitty relationships, and she has... It's crazy because it's like the one man that treated her so good and she speaks so highly of passed away, which was my sister's father. He just treated her so well, and it's like, damn, this is gonna sound, I don't know how it's gonna sound, so like take this with a grain of salt, but it's like, damn, I wish that like I could witness her being super fucking happy in a relationship, but then also I really don't think I would be on this earth if that, or I'd be in a different body. So yeah, the 2 girls she's talking about, I'm pretty sure were my sister and she'll probably say it, I don't know exactly who, and I don't feel like asking her.
My boyfriend at the time had a brother named Brett.
Yeah! I'm sorry if I stop too much, I'm so sorry, but I can't. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to turn down this audio because I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. But she looks so different. Like, it's crazy to see pictures of my mom when I was younger because she looks super young, but then seeing her when I was like this in high school, it's like, damn, I don't even remember her looking like that because she's older now. So it's like, she looks so different. I don't know. She had teeth. My mom doesn't have teeth anymore. I think most people know that. She doesn't have her top teeth, and she only has 7 bottom teeth. So them bottom teeth right there, she still got. I love her.
He was in the service, in the Marines, and he got kicked out of the Marines. He could be the sweetest guy in the world, and we got along very well. But when he got mad, it was like a whole nother person. He had a wife.
I don't know if I cut it off too early, but she's talking about Bill's brother, and Bill's brother's name is Brett.
Name Rose they were getting divorced. She was divorcing him. At the time, Bill and I were financially okay.
Bill was Brett's. Now I'm confusing myself. Rose, she's still friends with Rose to this day, by the way. But Rose, that was okay. So that was Bill's brother. No, is Rose Bill's brother? I mean, is Rose Bill's sister? Anywho.
Hey, so Bill didn't have to work, and there was a lot of jealousy there because he was losing everything, and his brother, in his eyes, had everything. Brett had gotten a ear piercing.
Sorry. I just sneezed. Brett got an ear piercing.
And Bill told him he looked like a sissy with it. So he got mad. Bill told Brett that you're all talk and no action. You know where I live. You know, don't be doing this at Mom's house. You know, we'll settle this later. And we were going to get our coats and leave again, and then Bill said, no, we're not leaving this time. You leave. So he did leave and went to his uncle's house.
I'm gonna put on the screen the timeline of who Bill, Brett, and Rose are. I don't think Rose is much of a asset in the conversation, but I guess it just brings more to the story of why this all started. I want to talk about this real quick and just hear me out. Seriously, it's just a nice little story, okay? So my mom has real bad cotton mouth. I don't know why, but she does. And she said that when she was doing this interview, she couldn't say anyway. She couldn't stop too long if she did, or if she did stop, like if she wanted to do something, then she had to like make it a long pause so they could cut it. And it was a bunch of shit. And she had to sit at a certain angle because the glare from her glasses, because my mom is basically legally blind. So it's just so funny to be watching this after like she had already told me the story like of her being there and stuff. Just watching it is like she was probably tortured. Like, I have to sit like this the whole time and talk like this, and I can't lick my lips, and I can't cough because she coughed because she smoked at the time. I can't cough. I can't pause. Like, I know she was probably just like, what the fuck? Brett bought a bottle of liquor and spent the rest of the day drinking.
We stayed at his mother's for a while and then went to my aunt's house. And when we left my aunt's house, we came home. Brett came into the doorway with his Marine gear on and a bandana over his face with a shotgun and said, I'm all talk, huh?
This part, has nothing to do with it. That is some terrifying ass shit. When I tell y'all, my mom has been through it, I'm not joking. This is one out of the hundreds of traumatizing fucking events my mom has been through. That is just so, that's why I love I love my mom regardless, but I just really love her strength. She's always taught me. She's never like sat there and been like, even though you go through bullshit, you're a strong ass bitch. Like, technically, just watching her grow up and hearing all these stories throughout the years, it's just nuts. And it's like, you are so fucking strong. And she's still strong to this day. She's 67 years old. Don't y'all know that? My mama old, y'all. And well, let me not say that. W young. It's just like, she's still so strong to this day. Like, she's never given up. Always just been so caring and compassionate. And I don't know. I give it to her for her strength. Debbie's boyfriend, Bill, and his brother, Brett, have had an argument on Christmas Eve. Brett has gotten drunk and burst into Debbie and Bill's house with a shotgun.
I had seen Brett mad before, a lot of times, but this time I could tell by the look in his eyes that this time was different. He meant business this time and he was serious.
Debbie's two girls, age 8, hold on. So that was my sister and my aunt, my youngest aunt, to my knowledge. My sister, I'm sorry, Sissy, if you watch this, you never talk about stuff like this. Maybe you don't remember. I don't know. Maybe I have heard her talk about it at a point in time, but I feel like she's never talked about this. My sister is not the type to just talk about traumatic events, which is totally fine. It's up to her. She could do what she wants. If she doesn't want to talk about it, I feel like that's going to be me. There's situations to this day that I don't want to talk about. I just never heard her say anything about it, so it's like, damn, this shit really fucking happened and you were there. I only hear about the shit, but you were there, bro? That's nuts. I mean, I knew she was there. I had a strong feeling she was there, but that just confirmed it and just freaked me out.
I just thought, I gotta get the police here because he has really lost it this time. Bill and Brett were arguing, and I figured that Brett was distracted enough that I could go over to the phone and call the police and get them there. And when I got to the phone, Brett met me at the phone with the shotgun and put it to my head and told me to hang up the phone. When he put the gun to my head, I was probably for the first time in my life really afraid of him.
This should be made into a movie. I'm gonna tell my mom, like, hey, you should start hitting up people to get into like a movie. This would be like a really good movie. I don't know, I just feel like it should be a movie or like a short film or something. Cause like, y'all was brought up great. I just want to say that. And I appreciate that. I feel like my mom really tried her hardest. He met you at the phone, girl. Like, trust me, I've heard this story 100 times, but it's like, damn, it's like sometimes you just forget things or just never heard of these little details. And it's like, he met you at the phone with a fucking gun. Yeah, no.
Did hang the phone up. And when I hung the phone up, he did put the gun down. And then I figured because the gun wasn't to my head anymore, maybe I could say something to him. My kids were in the bedroom, and my motherly instincts took over, and I told him to get out of my house.
Real quick story. The house that this happened in, I grew up in. My mom lived there. Long story short, it was her mom's house, and her mom passed away. So she was given the house, so she just stayed there that whole time. And we got our carpets changed. Or I think we got, I don't remember what happened. I think we got our carpets changed. And when they do that, they bring up the carpet and then put down more carpet. However, I don't remember exactly what happened, but we had to sleep on no carpet, no nothing, just wooden floor for that night. I don't know how the house was set up before. It might have still had carpet when this happened. But when we lifted that carpet up, there was still blood stains on the wood from when this happened. That's just nuts to me.
And that's when he took the shotgun and shot me in the legs.
Aw, she looked like she finna cry, and she's gonna make me cry. How the hell? This is 11 years ago, and she got me teary-eyed over here. And it's so fucked up. Ugh. Hold on. This happened when she was, what, 84? Hold on. Let me see how old she was. So she was, what, 28, 29, 30? I don't know. She was 28 or 29 or 30. She was young as hell when this happened. I had to live with this for the rest of her life. To this day. I'll give y'all a little more detail after, but it's like, damn. I don't know. That just hurt me. No one wants to see their parent hurt, okay? So that shit really just, pissed me the fuck off. I need to hit my vape. It's stressing me out, for real. I've lived with this for my whole life, and like that really just made me mad that she, like, hearing that come out her mouth. I mean, it's a given. She says it all the time, but it's just like, I don't know. Just seeing her say it to the public was just like, damn. Debbie and her boyfriend Bill have returned home to this is just like a recap.
When he shot me, my leg pretty much went all over my whole living room, and the blood was coming out of my leg like somebody had turned the kitchen faucet on, and it was splashing up off the floor. There was a hole, and then there was white. And then it hit me that, oh my God, that's the bone. Everything is gone out of my leg. And I didn't see how I could possibly survive with all that gone and all that blood that I lost. At that time, he had walked back over to where Bill was standing by the other door, and they started arguing again. And Bill was trying to tell Brett that he needed to let an ambulance come in there and get me. I picked up the phone and turned around and walked back across the living room. I believe I called them 12 or 15 times because for some reason I was afraid they weren't going to come. And I knew that the injury to my leg was serious and I needed somebody to get there. So I just kept calling them. I probably stood there for maybe a minute or two. It seemed like eternity, but... And then my leg gave out and I fell onto the couch, but I still had the phone in my hand.
I just couldn't imagine that phone call. I'd never want to hear that phone call. Maybe. I don't know. I'm nosy. So, like, maybe I would want to hear that phone call. But I'd probably, like, bawl my eyes out to hear my mom in pain like that. I've heard my mom in pain before, but it wasn't ever, like, a physical pain. Like, it was, like, a mental pain. That's a mental pain, too, but it's, like, a physical, like, no. You see, I don't know if you could tell, but I was getting a little teary-eyed, my mouth getting dry. Like, that's just some fucked up shit. So Brett ordered them, my sister and my aunt, to come in the living room.
And that's the part that scared me the most. Because I did feel like, you know, whatever you do with me, you know, is gonna be, but don't do anything to my kids. Bill stood in front of the girls and told him, just please let the girls go. Do whatever you want to me and her, but just let the girls out of here. And he stood there and thought for a minute, and he told them to go ahead and get out. So they did. They ran next door to the neighbor's house. And then Brett proceeded to the couch to tell me to call his ex-wife, Rose, and get her over there right now. He was gonna just kill us all, because he said the police would never take him alive.
I don't know if she's gonna explain this at some point. If she does, then you'll just already know. The first thing I want to say is my lips are dry as shit. I couldn't imagine like the fear in my sister and my aunt. They were 8 and 13 at the time, so they're very much grown and aware of what everything is. And seeing my mom like that, and then just having to go outside, that's some nut shit. I don't know what else to say about that. Mind you guys, this looks nothing like our house. While this is saying all this stuff and we're talking about it, I'm just visualizing the house and visualizing like how everything happened. So it's just crazy.
When you have somebody that overreacts all the time anyway, and they're very drunk with a shotgun in their hand, there's really not a whole lot of reasoning that's going to be done.
Brett ordered Debbie to call his ex-wife Rose and get her to come over.
I got on the phone trying to call Rose. It was Christmas Eve. I had no clue where she was really at. I wasn't really calling her to tell her to come over to my house. I was calling her to tell her to get away because he was looking for her.
A police SWAT team arrived on the scene in response to Debbie's 911 call. I said 911. Oh my goodness, sorry. I meant 911.
They did call into the house to try to talk to Brett. And he talked to the police for a little while and told them that they weren't going to take him alive, and that he knew that he was in a lot of trouble, and they just weren't going to take him alive. In the meantime, Bill kept trying to convince him to let me out of the house because he told him that she's going to bleed to death if you don't let her go. He was going back and forth from like lucid moments where he knew what he did, and then, you know, getting back to the hateful part where he just wanted her there and he just wanted to get rid of everybody. Brett was very up and down the whole time. It was like for a minute he would talk to them and be halfway calm, and then he would get mad again. It was like what he had done had hit him, and you know, he wasn't getting out of there anyway, so he was gonna get his ex-wife over there and take her with him.
Debbie's leg had been shredded by the shotgun blast and she was rapidly losing blood. It's not the first time she's rapidly lost blood. My mom just got a blood transfusion like 4 years ago. Her and blood just don't mix. But I'm telling you, that lady, I can't. She's just so strong. I feel like that's like an understatement to speak of Debbie. Like, and she's just so positive. Well, at least tries to be. She tries to be positive. I'm not gonna say she's so positive, but she really tries to be positive out of situations. And I could tell that she's very grateful for the life that she's lived. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. It's just like, damn.
Bill knew that it was only a matter of time before it was going to be too late because of all the blood. That he asked Brett one more time, please just let me take her out of here. I'll come back. Just let me get her outside to the ambulances and I will come back in, Brett, and you can do whatever you want with me. And he got that lucid look for a minute, but then the crazy look too at the same time, and told him, well, you can take her out, but you come back. Bill opened the front door, and when he opened the front door, there was an ambulance at each end of the yard. There were county police, state police, local police, the SWAT team, the fire department. It looked like we were walking into the set of a movie. Bill carried me down the stairs as quickly as he could because we both felt like you're not quite sure if he's really gonna let you go or if this is just a trick. So we both were thinking, you know, he's just gonna shoot us on the way out.
That's terrifying. I couldn't be there. I don't know.
Before we ever got to the ambulance, we heard gunshots from the house. And Bill commented to the police before we even got to the ambulance that you can go in because he killed himself. Being that there was nobody else left in the house and he had been threatening since he was 17 years old to commit suicide, we pretty much knew that he had shot himself.
Debbie was in the hospital for 12 days and nearly lost her leg. I should have her send a picture.
Still have probably between 100 and 150 pellets in my leg from that shotgun.
And she still does, I think, to this day. Because she'll probably explain it. Let me, hold on.
He had 7 shells in his pocket.
7, sorry.
Which were enough to kill me and Bill, my 2 kids, himself, his wife, and his son. I'll live with this scarred up leg and the little limp I have, if that's all that came out of it. I survived because I was determined to survive for my kids. I knew that I was all that they had.
She still do that. Y'all see that little thing she did? She still be doing that. A couple things I want to know is I'm gonna ask her if she could send a picture of her leg. I'm gonna try to see it. So if you don't want to see any graphic shit, then just like press the little skip button so you don't see it. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. So basically how they fixed her leg is they had to take skin grafts, put it over her leg. So her leg is, as you see in the picture, is really just skin, you know, like it's just skin. Other parts of her leg is she also has, like, if you look at her leg, which most people don't, she has little like strips of skin that are just like lighter than the rest because that's where they took the skin from. She does still have a lot of pellets in her leg from the situation. She's forever had a limp since I've been born. Everybody in the family, every kid knew you cannot run away from her. You can't get away where she can't get you fast enough because she had a fucked up leg. I don't know. That's it. That's what happened to my mom. I guess like that. That's just what it is. And it's crazy. It's crazy that it happened. I don't remember the first time I ever asked her about it or like fully understand what happened, but it's just been a part of my life her whole life, it's been a part of my life my whole life. Yeah, there's so many other stories that my mom has. Luckily this one was recorded and Jamila thinks my mom's famous now. Like, girl, that was a traumatizing ass event that I wish would have never happened, but it did. And I'm just a firm believer that everything in life happens for a reason. It doesn't have to have a good reason, but it happens for a reason. She's still very much alive and well and walking perfectly fine. Does she forgive him? I'm not sure. I feel like I've asked her that question before and she answered it, but I don't remember what she said. I feel like she said she did. My mom's a super forgiving person. She is still friends with his ex-wife to this day. Very much close. And I guess that's it. That's it, y'all. I'm a bad bitch. But yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. That was the story of my mom getting shot in her leg in the 80s. I'm trying to think if anything else happened. I couldn't find any like news articles about it. I was trying to look. I've also wanted to see a picture of him. I've seen a picture of him now, but like for a long time, I just wanted to see how he looked. He did battle with a lot of mental issues, so it is what it is. Just everybody, please try to do as best as you can for your family members or loved ones that are going through something, regardless of what it is, because you really never know when they can snap, and that's a very scary sight to see or witness or hear about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and all my social medias are at the top of the screen, but they'll be at the end of my video too. Bye, y'all.